Hi, beautiful people. I am here again to talk about some issues we are facing in our everyday existence. And this issue is how can you effectively manage expectations and set realistic goals in a stressful environment? Well, it is a mouthful, that's for sure. First of all, um, let me talk about expectations because I think it is the core of this whole situation. Um, Expectations are something that we create, even though we have this idea that my mother expects me this and my father expect me that and my boss expect me that. Most of the time, these expectations are not real, first of all. Secondly, of course, if we go back to parents, they would expect you to fulfill their dreams rather than your own. But um, well, of course, it's not healthy, obviously. But then again, you shouldn't really take it so seriously. It is one of the mishaps in life, actually, because these expectations take you off the trail and the path of your own life and put you on another path that you have nothing to do with. And it is not very good. And also, of course, living up to somebody's expectation, it limits you from your own development and evolving, even though most people think that, okay, I mean, my father expects me to do this and that because he wants me to succeed. Yes, but you see, life is very funny in that way because succeeding is, it doesn't equal with money. And usually when we say success, we put it together with numerous digits of hard currency as such, but that's not human success and any kind of success. The biggest success in life, what you can achieve, is being happy. Of course, that's a word most of us look at very differently. But I've been telling you that many times, that happiness is not a momentary joy, it is a philosophy. It is a way of looking at life. It is a way of understanding who you are, what you are, and what is life all about, and what is the universe all about. And within this happiness, you can be sad, angry, uh, um, joyful, sorrowful, whatever you want. I mean, because you are a human being, so you have to have emotions as such, because that is what takes you on the life path of life. Um, but that is the greatest. And of course, uh, because we have this fear of not having any money, and unfortunately, our life's been shaped very badly, that actually it's almost true. If we don't have money, we cannot survive. And especially in the so-called civilized countries, I mean, it is just unbelievably bad. Um, so expectations are very interesting in many ways. I really think that you should reconsider all those expectations around you and have only one expectation, and that should be your own. What you want, what you can achieve, what you want to achieve, and what is it that makes you happy and curious enough about life to get on and learn consciously and whatever it is. So that should be the real expectation for yourself. Now let us look into the other one. Realistic goals. I need to look at it because the title of my presentation is a mouthful. Okay. Well, of course, realistic goals. It is again a very interesting subject because what do we consider realistic goals? Whatever we think we can achieve, and the most and most of the time what we think we can achieve is something that we've done already. So okay, I've done this, so I am all right with it, and now I can repeat it because I done it once and I managed to succeed in that. However, if you are doing always what you have already done, then you are not going to get anywhere in life because you are just repeating yourself and won't be able to get out of this little nutshell you are keeping yourself in. On the other hand, of course, you might have great idea about yourself. You might think, okay, I haven't done it ever, but oh, I am going to succeed because I am good, I am this, I am that, and whatever it is. And on the other hand, you might just be very timid and think less of yourself or have no courage whatsoever. And you say, oh no, I cannot really do that. I stick to whatever I have done until now because then I could succeed or I would be able to do the work. So it really depends on your understanding of yourself, on your understanding of your personality, your tools, your capabilities as such. And also, of course, with the capabilities, you need to understand your values. And the values are certain things, how you approach expectations or certain events put in front of you. So it is very important to understand. Some people become cocky and they say, oh yeah, I can do that anyhow. But the point is really that you need to bear the responsibility, and that is a value when you bear a responsibility. So when you are signed up to do something, then you need to have the responsibility of giving it your utmost and, of course, finish whatever you started up. So that is important. And also, of course, the value is that you will stick to your timetable and get there with your utmost at or by the day of finish whatever you actually agreed to. So these are very important understandings. What I would do, let us talk about me. Obviously, I can only give you what I do, and because that is my experience. Apart from that, of course, I know a lot about other people's approach to certain things. But what I would do is I would raise or put my expectation higher than that of my boss or my family or anybody else around. So I would become responsible to my own self. For me, it is very important because I don't like to be pushed. And I don't like to be a slave. I don't like to be a servant. I do my work and I have my values. I am responsible and I keep the time and whatever it is. But I do that because I promise myself that I would achieve that or a certain thing, whatever is above the expectations given to me. So if let's say, if I go to a summit and I have to perform a presentation there, and of course, it is an expectation by somebody else. They want me to be there for a certain time and finish by a certain time, do certain things and chores and whatever it is. So what I do, I raise this expectation and I say to myself, okay, they want me to do one presentation. I am going to do two because I want to be only responsible to my own self. And that's the only way of doing that and still finish whatever I was asked to do. And I don't really like to fool myself. So I always do what I expect of myself. And that is something very important. So I know myself, so that is why I put my expectation higher to get there wherever I need to be. Of course, every person takes it differently, and yes, there are people who don't like expectations and they don't like to work with demands, and others can only work with demands. And I mean, it depends on your, I could say personality, but really understanding of your capabilities. It is just that. Because at the end of the road, nobody nobody has joy of being used unless you have a very low self-esteem, but even then you don't enjoy it. And I think it is just due to your understanding certain values, certain relationships or interactions between you and other people and within business what we have. And of course, we arrived at the point when we talk about the stress. Obviously, what I've been talking about, all of them are fueling stress because you have the expectation, it gives you a stress. You have the you have all the deadlines, and you have decisions to make, and best way to react to certain things. So a lot of stuff is out there, and because of this expectation and the stress, I am very happy with my choices of raising my own expectation, because when I do that, I challenge myself. So it's not a stress to achieve what I put out for myself to do. It is a challenge, and I am in a competition with myself, let's say, and I love challenges. So, and of course, I have this force feeling. It's not a real stuff, really, but a force or semi-force feeling that I can get out of it anytime I want to, because it is my own. Well, it is not my own, but I know for sure that I wouldn't quit my own challenge ever. So it is going to work very nicely with me. But I would say you need to figure out the way how you want to work and how you can actually work in these situations, because the stress is down to you. You are stressful because you are either don't understand what is to be done, or you don't believe in yourself, or the whole project is not uh, uh, nothing to do with your own feelings and ideas, and you just don't really want to do that. You are not excited by it, and a lot of other things. But it is up to you how you actually change these understandings in your own mind. You have to find challenge in what is in front of you, even if it is given to you by your boss and you cannot change anything with it because it is your job to do. You have to find some value in it. If you cannot find, put some value in it, because really it is up to you. It's easier to work with something you find valuable than others, just some boring stuff, and you cannot really see the idea. Why are you doing that? So that is very important in every way whatsoever. Something else I need to tell you, that we talk about self-assessment, and coachings are having all kinds of uh, systems, smart system, and God knows what, how they or we should do self-assessment. I find it very strange, I tell you honestly. I mean, you cannot assess yourself. You are the last person who should assess yourself, because you cannot know yourself. You live yourself. So you need an outsider who could look at you and who could understand what you are doing and what are you all about. Whatever you think of yourself is false. Most of the time, of course. You have to get to a very high evolutionary state to understand something about yourself. So self-assessment, as far as I am concerned, is non-existent. You cannot really do any self-assessment. So I would say you get into conversations with people, with your colleagues at work and your boss and whoever comes. Obviously not about yourself, but you challenge yourself in situations and see what comes out of it. And that's the idea, and that's how you can actually understand who you are and understand what your capabilities are. So I think that would be a good idea to pay some attention to that and think about what I am saying, first of all, of course. And when you decided upon your understanding on the project, then you can put it into your existence. But please think about it and make sure that whatever is in front of you, you know how to solve if it is there, or if you don't, then where to ask for help, because asking for help is half of the solution. Not many people understand how to ask for help, and not many people understand that asking for help is important. They might just want the help to happen, that they might just expect the help to come without asking. This is lesson number one when my students come to me to learn. You don't help anybody who does not ask for it. Of course, I am not talking about a person who fell on the street. Of course, you go and help and whatever it is, but nobody. They need to understand, these people, that they need help. And that is important for you also. You need to understand when you are not capable of achieving something. You need to understand that you need the help of somebody else's. You need the help of an expert, because you cannot be an expert in everything. So this is how you actually tackle your stress management on the day-to-day basis. Well, I hope you find a few keywords in what I was telling you, and see you next week. All the wonders. Take good care. Bye.